Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today we have the Minnesota Twins versus the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. Pitching for Minnesota is Jerry Koosman, who's 8-5, and facing off against him is Dave Rozema, who is 5-5. So yesterday's game, we won 2-1. It was the first of the four-game series here at home. And we had Rick Reuschel on the mound, and he got his second complete game in the last three starts for him. So we got the good Rick Reuschel. Every other start, he pitches well. So we needed that victory. We're back tied with the Orioles for first place and a half game ahead of the New York Yankees. So today's matchup is Jerry Koosman and Dave Rozema. Let's go ahead and get this game started. And as I've mentioned before, I appreciate everyone who follows along. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. In addition, we have a baseball card giveaway where we're giving away a rack pack of 1985 Topps. And in the comments below, you'll be able to find the link to that video where you can enter that contest. So please do. So, we have our full bullpen available today, obviously, because Reuschel pitched that complete game. And although Jerry Koosman's a lefty, I did put a couple of lefties back in the lineup. So I have Garry Hancock back in there in right field, and Jason Thompson's back in there at first base. So let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown. So batting first and playing second base for the Twins is Billy Smith. Batting second and DHing today is Dave Collins. Batting third and playing center field, rookie Kirby Puckett. Batting fourth and playing first base is Danny Goodwin. Batting fifth and catching is Gary Alexander. Batting sixth and playing third base is Rich Dower. Batting seventh and in left field, Bombo Rivera. Batting eighth at short is Ivan De Jesus. And batting ninth and playing right field is Hoskin Powell. And pitching for Detroit is Dave Rozema. Take a look at his stats real quick. This is his 15th start of the year. 5-5 with a 5.16 ERA. He doesn't walk a lot of batters. Doesn't strike out a lot of batters either. In his last start, he did give up 5 walks. So we'll see if he has better control today. So leading off is Billy Smith. Oh, I don't know why it's going so slow. There we go. And Smith is going to ground it to first, and that's the first out of the game. Next up is Dave Collins. Collins is going to hit a long fly ball to center field, and that's going to be 2 down. And here's Kirby Puckett, who is a 20-year-old rookie. In real life, Kirby Puckett didn't make his debut until 1984, and as I mentioned earlier, we have that 1985 Topps Rack Pack giveaway, and Kirby Puckett is one of the rookie cards that you can find in that set. So perhaps we'll be able to find one when we do that opening. So Rozema gets a 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Let's do the rundown of the Tigers lineup. First up is Sweet Lou Whitaker, batting leadoff and playing second base. Batting second is Alan Trammell, back at shortstop today. He played first base yesterday. Batting third and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting cleanup at DH is Carlton Fisk. Batting fifth and in center field is Barry Bunnell. Batting sixth and in right field is Garry Hancock. Batting seventh and catching, Lance Parrish. Batting eighth and playing first base, Jason Thompson. And batting ninth, and yesterday's hero, Tom Brookens. He had the solo shot that gave us the 2-1 victory. Okay, so Sweet Lou is a lefty, and he's going to be leading off against Jerry Koosman, who's also a lefty. Whitaker's 0 for 5 this season against Koosman with 2 strikeouts now, 0 for 6 with 2 Ks. So next up is Alan Trammell with 1 down. And Trammell grounds to short. And that's going to be the second out. And next up is Steve Kemp, who's going to walk. So runner at first base for Carlton Fisk, batting .362 versus lefties. And he's going to crush one all the way to the wall. It's going to go off the wall for a double. Kemp has to hold at third. And we have 2 runners in scoring position for Barry Bonnell, who's also got a .324 batting average versus lefties this year. And he is going to hit what looks like a 3-run home run to right field. So Barry Bonnell comes through with the first big blast of the game, a 3-run shot. And we're going to be bringing up Garry Hancock with 2 down. And Hancock's going to ground it to short. And that's the end of the first inning. So we take a 3-0 lead in the first on the big blast by Gary Bonnell, team leading 11th home run. So here's Danny Goodwin leading off the inning versus Dave Rozema. Goodwin's going to ground it to Thompson at first. That's 1 down. Next up is catcher Gary Alexander, grounding it to second baseman Sweet Lou. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. And next up is Rich Dower. It's going to put a blooper into right center field, and it does fall in. Oh no, I guess it. Oh yeah, okay. So it did fall in, and he went for an extra base and was thrown out. I don't know if that was by the center fielder or the right fielder. I'm going to assume it was Barry Bonnell, who's got the better arm. So, at any rate, that is the third out of the inning, and we're going to go to the bottom of the second, and we still hold the 3-0 lead. Leading off the inning is Lance Parrish. Parrish is going to push it to right field for a base hit. And here is Jason Thompson, batting only .159 versus lefties. And he's 0 for 4 versus Koosman. He strikes out there, make it 0 for 5, so 1 down, runner at first. And as mentioned before, Tom Brookens, big hero yesterday, grounds it to second base, and he grounds into a double play. So a hero one day, a goat the next. So we head to the top of the third, and the score is still 3-0. Bombo Rivera leads off, and he's going to slap it to right field for a base hit. It's a second hit for the Twins. We're going to pull the third baseman in for Ivan De Jesus with a runner at first. Ooh, he's going to get a base hit up the middle. And Rivera's going to hold at second base. And here's the only hitter who had a good game for the Twins yesterday. Powell went 2 for 2 with a walk. He's going to ground it to Thompson at first, and the only play is at first base. So 1 down, runners at second and third, and here is Billy Smith, the leadoff batter. And he's going to wear one right in the hip. So Rozema loads the bases with that hit by pitch, and now we've got speedster Dave Collins with 1 down. With all this speed on the bases, I'm not looking to get a double play, but we do anyway. So I was pessimistic for no reason at all, as Dave Collins grounds to second for a double play, and we get out of the jam. So to the bottom of the third, and Sweet Lou leading off the inning. He's going to pop it up on the infield. And the first baseman has it at foul ground. So 1 down. Tram's up next. Tram's going to ground it to second base. And it's going to be an infield hit. So that's the 4th hit for the Tigers here in the bottom of the third. And that's going to bring up Steve Kemp, who walked in his first at bat. And Kemp's going to get a base hit to right field. And we are going to send Trammell to third. We were thrown out on the bases 3 times yesterday. So we were due as Trammell's safe at third. So first and third for Carlton Fisk. We have a 3-run lead, so I'm going to let him swing away instead of just try to shoot for a sac fly. And Fisk walks. So now we have the bases loaded. And Barry Bonnell's got a chance here to have home runs and back-to-back at-bats. Oh! Koosman balks. And a run scores on that balk. And now runners are at second and third. And Barry Bonnell still up at the plate. Oh, he's going to take a strike 3 looking with runners in scoring position. That's going to bring up Garry Hancock, who is 0 for 20 versus lefties this year. This is a good time for that first hit. Yes, he gets it. There we go. 1 for 21. 2-run score? No. I guess we were getting greedy as Fisk holds at third. And Hancock's got his first base hit versus a lefty. That's impressive for, struggling all year with lefties. So Parrish is going to pop it into left center field, and it's going to be a base hit as it falls in. And the 6th run scores. Hancock holds at second base. And now JT's got a chance to score the runner from second. And he's going to take a 3rd strike looking. So we head to the top of the 4th, up 6-0. And here's Hall of Famer Kirby Puckett leading off against Dave Rozema. And Kirby's going to get a base hit to center field. So runner at first for Danny Goodwin. And Goodwin's going to hit one past Whitaker at second base. And now it's first and second. So this is how the last inning started for Rozema. And we were lucky enough to get out of that. So let's see if we can maybe turn a double play while we're guarding the lines. It's going to be a ground ball to Whitaker. And they only get the runner at first. So 1 down. Puckett at third, Goodwin at second. And here's third baseman Rich Dower. Dower's going to ground it to first. And that does score the run from third, so the Twins get on the board and close the gap to 6-1. And here's Bombo Rivera with 2 outs. Bombo grounds it to third, and that's the final out of the inning. So the Tigers have a 6-1 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. 7 hits and 2 walks so far given up by Koosman. And that's his 5th strikeout as he strikes out Brookens for the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Sweet Lou, who's going to get a base hit to right. Do we want to go for 2? We're going to say no. And we're going to hold Whitaker at first. And we're going to hit and run as Trammell's got an 87 contact. So he's the optimum player on the team to do that, but instead he's going to pop it up on the infield, so Whitaker's going to remain at first. 2 down for Steve Kemp. Kemp's going to get a base hit to right field. And we're going to send Whitaker to third, and he is safe at third. So first and third, 2 down. And here's Carlton Fisk, who's 1 for 1 with a walk so far this game. And he's just going to pop it up to the second baseman, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So we head to the top of the 5th, 6-1. Ivan De Jesus leads off the inning. And he pops it up behind the plate. And that's going to be the 1st out of the inning. Here's Hoskin Powell, who's 0 for 4 against Rozema. Powell grounds it to second, that's 2 down. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Billy Smith. And Smith grounds it back to the pitcher. Smith is at second base today. In yesterday's game, he was playing center field, which is not his normal position. He only had a 64 defense, so I just thought I'd throw that in there because I just noticed it. All right, so Barry Bonnell leads off the inning, and Koosman walks him. So runner at first. And here's Garry Hancock bringing that batting average up to .048. And he's going to take a third strike looking. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. So runner first for Big Wheel Lance Parrish. Ooh, he strikes out swinging. That's 7 Ks for Koosman. And so 2 outs for JT. And JT's going to strike out looking. So Koosman's giving up a lot of hits and runs, but he's also striking out a lot of players. So we're heading into the top of the 6th, and Rozema has only made it into the 6th inning once this year. So we need to keep an eye on him here. He has no walks yet and no strikeouts. And what we're going to do is we're going to change up one thing today. Now that we're into the 6th inning, I'm going to show the batter's game stats, so you can see what the players are doing so far this game. So, okay, we're going to give Rosie a chance to pitch here in the 6th. Dave Collins comes to the plate. And he's going to strike out Dave Collins for his first K. So that is 1 down for Kirby Puckett. Puckett's going to rip one to Brookens at third, and he's going to catch it on a line. That's 2 down. And that's going to bring up Danny Goodwin. Danny Goodwin's going to slap a base hit back up through the middle for a base hit. I think I just said base hit twice, just to reiterate that point. And 2 down for Gary Alexander. And Alexander's going to get a base hit to left. So the Twins are 1 shot away from making it a real game. I'm going to give Rosie one more chance to get out of this inning with Dower. And Dower grounds it to Trammell. Trammell goes to first, and Rozema gets out of it. So that'll be the final inning for Rozema. We'll bring in a reliever next time around. And Koosman sits at 96 pitches as number 9 hitter Tom Brookens leads off the bottom of the 6th inning. And he's going to get a single to left field. He's 1 for 3 on the game today. And that's going to bring up Sweet Lou. And Sweet Lou's going to strike out looking. So it's 9 strikeouts for Jerry Koosman. So with 1 down, runner at first, Trammell comes up. He's 1 for 3 against Koosman. Koosman is now listed as tired as Trammell walks, and they're going to bring in a relief pitcher. And that relief pitcher is Paul Boris, who's a 24-year-old rookie, giving up nearly 7 runs per 9 innings. And a lot of base hits. So let's see if we can keep the hits a-coming. And I think Steve Kemp's going to bloop it into left center field. No, it's going to be caught by the left fielder, Bombo Rivera. And that's going to be 2 down. So 2 outs for Carlton Fisk, and you can see that his lefty-righty matchup, he's only batting .221 versus righties. And he's going to hit a high fly ball to center field, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So we're going to take out Rozema. Good job by him. Gets his ERA under 5 for the first time in quite a while. And we have a couple righties. I'm going to bring in Roger Weaver. He's our 7th inning guy. And here's Weaver's stats. Weaver's 25 years old, 32 games so far, .270 ERA, but more walks than strikeouts. So I wouldn't say he's wild, but I guess he is giving up a walk every other inning. And on a 3-1 count, Bombo Rivera pops it up. And so Weaver almost walked a batter there. 1 down for Ivan De Jesus. And De Jesus grounds it to Whitaker, and Whitaker boots it. And so we have a runner at first base. And here's a lefty, Hoskin Powell. And then the next 2 batters are switch hitters, so I'm not really sure what to do here exactly. think we're going to let Weaver try to work himself out of this. Oop, nope, maybe that's a bad idea. As Powell gets a base hit to right. So we don't need to pull the infield in to prevent that run. I'd rather just try to turn 2 with Billy Smith. And Billy Smith is going to hit a line drive to right field. DeJesus scores easily. And the score is now 6-2. Powell remains at first, and that's going to bring up Dave Collins with 2 outs, and Powell steals second base. Down 4 runs is probably not wise. Maybe that's a missed hit and run. I don't know. And ultimately, Collins strikes out, and we get to the bottom of the 7th. So Paul Boris is still in there, and Barry Bennell is going to lead off the inning. He's going to get a base hit to left field. Bennell's now 2 for 3 with a home run. And here's Garry Hancock, who's definitely more comfortable against the righties, batting .319. And there you go with a base hit to left field. So first and third, nobody out. And here comes Lance Parrish, batting .302. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI today. He's going to ground it back to Boris. Boris goes to second, and that's all they get is a run scores. So that's 2 RBIs for Parrish today. And with 1 down, Thompson comes up. Thompson's the only, he was the only Tigers hitter without a hit until he laces that base hit to right field. And now we have runners at first and third. And we're going to take out Brookens, and we're going to bring in Richie Hebner. He didn't play in yesterday's game either. Hebner didn't. So we're going to let him bat here against the righty Boris. And he's going to ground it to short. Oof, and he grounds into a double play. So that's not what you want in that situation. So not a particularly great outing, although for Weaver, although he did. He was given an error by Whitaker to work with. So we're going to bring in Dave Tobick. Score 7-2, top of the 8th. Here's Kirby Puckett. It's 1 for 3 on the game. He's going to have a fly ball to center field. That's going to be 1 down. And Danny Goodwin comes to the plate. He's 2 for 3, batting .322 versus righties. Grounding to short. And that's 2 down for Tobick facing Gary Alexander, whom he walks. So runner at first. Here's Rich Dower. 1 for 3 with the only RBI this game so far. Oh no, I'm sorry. I guess Smith did have an RBI, so that's my bad. And Dower does get a base hit to left field. So 2 outs, and Bombo Rivera comes to the plate. And Rivera's going to rip it to left, but Kemp's got it on the line. And we're through the top of the 8th. As Sweet Lou's going to lead off against Paul Boris, still in there, pitched 25 pitches so far. And he serves it up on a tee for Lou Whitaker. He's going to hit it off the right field wall. We're definitely going to go for 3. Oof. He's barely at second base, but you know what? Why not? There we go. We were 0 for 3 yesterday. We're 3 for 3 today. And Whitaker is safe at third. Bringing up Tram with an RBI opportunity. And Boris walks Trammell. So first and third, nobody out. And that's going to bring Kemp up. And Kemp's going to hit a very high, long fly ball to deep center. And it's caught right on the warning track for the first out. Whitaker's going to tag up and score. And Trammell's going to tag up to go to second base. So staying aggressive on the base pass, despite being up 6 runs, that's probably going to get Fisk drilled in the ear hole. But you know, Trammell's 23 years old in 1980, so we're going to chalk that up to being a young ball player. So Fisk grounds to short, Trammell stays, and then Bunnell gets a base hit through the right side, and Trammell advances to third. So he learned his lesson. He probably could have scored to make that 9-2. And they're going to make a pitching change as the Twins bring in Keith Comstock. And Comstock is 24 years old, spent in only 4 games, all in relief, and actually looks pretty good despite having an 0-2 record. Numbers look pretty impressive. And of course, it's a lefty on lefty with Garry Hancock, so we're going to let him swing away. And he strikes out. All right, so we head to the top of the ninth, 8-2 lead. And we're going to take out Tobic. And we're going to bring in Senior Smoke. You know what? We're not going to bring in Senior Smoke. We're going to bring in Tom Hume. It's a non-save situation. And the first batter he faces is Ivan De Jesus, who's going to smack a base hit to right field. It's 10 hits for the Twins. They just haven't been able to string them together. So runner at first, Hoskin Powell is up, and Powell's going to get a base hit to right field. So another back-to-back hits to lead off an inning. And that's going to bring up Billy Smith, one of only 2 batters for the Twins that do not have a hit today. So maybe I should have gone to Senior Smoke. As Hume strikes out Billy Smith, that's 1 down for Dave Collins. Collins is going to hit a fly ball to center field. And that's going to be the second out. De Jesus does not tag up on that shot. 375 feet and an 88 speed. He couldn't make it to third. But maybe he's given Puckett a chance to have a big blast. But instead, Hume throws a wild pitch. Powell and De Jesus advance. And Kirby's got a 1-0 count. And he's going to ground it to short. And that's the ball game. So we win that game decisively, 8-2. 15 hits and the big bomb by Barry Bunnell. So no trade offers. Let's take a look at the transactions. Nothing new today. Milt Wilcox will be back in 8 games, so we're looking forward to that. Let's pull up the box score. Oh, we're still in first place, tied with the Orioles. So that's good. We're keeping pace. And the box score is loading up right now. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and make sure you check out that video. There's a chance for you to win that 1985 Rack Pack. A PSA 10 Roger Clemens is going for $500 to $700 on eBay right now. A PSA 10 Mark McGwire is going for $2,000 to $2,003 on eBay right now. And the Kirby Puckett is going for $400 to $600 in a PSA 10. So you have a chance to win those cards. So you got nothing to lose. It's free. Rozema gets his 6th win, 6-5, and Koosman takes a loss, having probably one of his more poor outings, although he did have 9 Ks. Player of the game for Detroit is going to be Barry Bunnell, who had that big blast. And that's going to be it for today. We have the game 3 of the 4-game set tomorrow, and we will see you then. Everybody have a good night.